So the baby Range Rover made its way to Ireland and we were told to go have a play with it. With prices starting at just over 40 grand, it should be a big seller. But is it any good?
So welcome to the Range Rover Evoque. So this one is, and I'm telling you, this is before I even begin this, I'm seeing this as you're seeing this. I've literally been in this car for about 10 minutes. So I am examining the equipment in this car just like you are. And it's a big lump of a car. We're about to pull out on the M50, so get out of my way, earthlings! It's a big lump of a car, it really does. It feels quite chunky. I love this big chunky steering wheel sitting here in front of me, Range Rover written across the middle of it. It's quite nice. In here, equipment wise, I have a massive screen in front of me with a kind of a silhouette picture of a Range Rover. And when you click the menu thing, it brings you into this little touch screen, you know, with an iPod menu and phone menus, and strangely no sat nav, which I thought that screen would lend itself well to a sat nav, but it doesn't seem to. Also in here I have plenty of controls on the steering wheel, maybe perhaps a little bit too many. I have cruise control over here, I have voice control on this side. I don't know if the voice control works because I don't have the phone hooked up to it. We have air conditioning, dual zone, and this is a full off-road 4x4 version, so I have these buttons down here which allow me to be able to change into what can best be described as snow, a pine tree, and maybe a cactus. So we need to find a cactus to really put this to work. I also have a pile of stereos in here as well. There's lots of speakers. There's two in the door. There's one up here on the top. And I believe Mrs. Beckham designed elements of this car, and she did well. I don't know what element. It could have been the top of that stalk. I'm not sure. But whatever it was, it looks nice. Right, we're going to overtake something. I have to go and overtake something. Yes, it's a Range Rover. Get out of the way. You drive a Polo. See your one staring in the window? Callum is right beside me, by the way. Our resident photographer for the next gear is sitting here as well. I know he's not in shot, but I'm sure he'll stick his face in a second. You see, he's there. So if I look like I'm talking to someone in the passenger seat, I'm not mad. I'm talking to him. Where are we? Right. We're lost. But we have 3/4 of a tank diesel. We're okay. Well, I think it's diesel. Yeah, it is. It, funny enough, doesn't really feel like a Range Rover. I'm not sure what it feels like, but it's not. Other than a big badge across the middle, it just feels like a really well-built sort of tall hatchback car, which is basically what it is, with four-wheel drive. The little back window doesn't exactly give you a massive amount of visibility, but it does give you enough. And those wing mirrors are massive. I can see the sky, the road, way off over there to the mountains. They're huge. It's a lovely cruising car, though, I have to say. It's very comfortable in here. I like the seats. They're fully electric. The back seat looks like it has tons of room back there behind me, funny enough. I was about to say it might be a bit tight, but it looks like it's big enough. The boot space is, well, fairly small for the kind of size of the car. I expected a bit of a bigger boot back there, but I don't see one. It is flat floor, which is in its favour. I love this electronic control, this electronic screen here in front of me. This is quite good, this information. It tells me temperature, my current speed, trip, almost everything has Range Rover written on it. Just so in case you don't forget that you're definitely driving a Range Rover. I can just imagine the faces of the people when they go, so what do you drive? Oh, I don't know. Oh, Range Rover! It feels like one of those cars that if you crashed into something, you just leave a Range Rover shape in it and drive off. It feels quite, tough. It's nice in the corners. It's quite flat, actually, much flatter than I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be very lopey and bouncy, but it's not. Now, there is an eco button here on the dash, which seems to lower the horsepower a bit, because we came out with that eco button on, and it didn't seem to want to go very fast, but now it was turned off there for a while, and now it wants to go all right, which is a different story entirely. Has it stop start? No stop start. It didn't stop there, it didn't do anything. I'm surprised. Road tax on this is €302 a year at the moment. The next budget may change all the road tax again. There's talks of major changes in it. So we don't know what it's actually going to be. But €302 is what it is today. God, that gearbox is big. I mean, it just feels like... Now, there's a Land Rover Discovery behind me. Not mine. I know nothing about it. I don't know who he is, but he's a lot slower than I am. And there's a Range Rover going by the other way. And every one of them are going, "Oh, look at that car!" See? They all want it as a second car.
The Evoque is a great car, and I'm looking forward to a full test in the near future.